Hello everyone, and today in this topic presentation we'll be talking about the Baglihar Dam and what it's like for Pakistan to depend on India for its water. Here I have a picture of just what the dam looks like for now. We'll talk about that in just a second. Before we get too deep into the situation surrounding the dam, we have to look at a little bit about Pakistan's geography, and especially where its water comes from. So in Pakistan, there are four major rivers, and going from north to south, they are the Indus River, the Jhelum River, the Chenab River, and the Sutlej River. And if you notice, the northern three rivers come directly through Kashmir, and the southernmost river, the Sutlej, comes from India. So Pakistan uses this water source, as many countries use their water sources. They also use it to grow crops such as wheat, which is their main export. So because all their water sources come from India and they go through Kashmir, which is kind of disputed over who owns that. India says they do and Pakistan says they do. But in 1960, there was a treaty written called the Indus Water Treaty. And just a little section from that treaty that will be important for this topic says that India shall be under an obligation to let flow all the waters of the western rivers, and shall not permit any interference with these waters except for the following uses, restricted to, and there were a few things, but the last one was the generation of hydroelectric power. So there were 6 rivers mentioned in this water treaty, and essentially the treaty gave India control of all the eastern rivers, which was the Sutlej, the Beas, and the Ravi rivers. They could do whatever they wanted to those rivers. And in exchange, Pakistan would be able to do whatever they wanted with the Indus River, the Chenab, and the Jhelum rivers. And India, even though it technically came from India and flowed through Kashmir, could not restrict the waters for Pakistan. So why is that important, right? So India decides that they want to use the Chenab River to generate some power for their country. And they, in 1992, propose the Baglihar Dam. And what it is really a hydroelectric plant that they designed and was eventually approved in 1996. They started construction on it in 1999 with an estimated cost of around $1 billion US. And today, after it's been completed, it generates 900 megawatts of power. So naturally, Pakistan didn't like that India was damming up their river, and so they came up with a few different claims that India was violating the Indus Water Treaty. They said that it was too high, it was retaining too much water, it gave them too much control, and that the treaty gave them unrestricted access to this water, and they were correct. That India was taking just a little bit too much. So just a couple of definitions. Pondage is the water that is behind a hydroelectric dam that allows it to maintain the water flow so that in times of less rain or in times of more rain it has about the same. And spillways are basically areas around the dam so that it doesn't build up with too much sediment and clog up the dam essentially. So from 1999 to 2004, Pakistan and India tried to resolve these issues. Nothing really came of it until they involved the World Bank, who appointed a Swiss engineer named Raymond Lafitte. He came in and changed the specifications of the dam, reduced the pondage by 13.5%, reduced the height of it, and raised the intake tunnels, which both countries agreed to, even though all of Pakistan's claims were not met. But he did say it was consistent with engineering standards and it did not violate the treaty. The dam was eventually completed in 2008 and continues to function today.